What's up, y'all? What's up? It's Robbie. I am back with another video. Hopefully, y'all binging off them videos I post, man. I've been going crazy on this channel, man. So this one we're going to be reacting to today is going to be coming from Let's Rap About It. You know what I'm saying? The podcast with Fab, Dave East, Jim Jones, and Mano. I know it's been a lot going on in the social media space as it relates to Jim Jones with the whole building and everything, but we ain't here to talk about that. What we are here to talk about is Jordan sales being down 16%. Now, anybody that knows me, and for those who maybe don't know me, I'm Team Nike. I've been a Jordan Nike head ever since I came out the womb. I'll insert some pictures right here. This picture here is me, I think in 1991. You see I got on the black Cortezes with the white stripe swoosh. This next picture here is from 93, me and grandma, you know what I'm saying? Got on them Aqua 8s, you feel me? And then this picture here is me and my cousins back in 97. You see I got on them Jumpman Team Pro joints. So I'm not new to the sneaker thing, you know what I'm saying? I was really him for real back in the 90s or whatever, so I got receipts. But anyway, we're going to see what's going on with Jordan. I kind of got an idea of what's going on with this, but we're going to hear what they got to say. So make sure you like, sub to the channel, leave your comments. Let's get to the video.
They said Jordan sales went down in 2025. What was it? They said 16%. Do you think it's any reason for that, of why Jordan sneakers, Jordans have always been popular within our culture. So for them to see
it went down how much?
16%. He's still getting a crazy bag if it only went down 16%.
That's how much? That's 7 point what?
Just speaking on it, is it going down?
7.6 billion.
What you think is the reason it went?
That's 16%. It's crazy.
What does 16% mean? What?
It's 7.6 billion.
Fuck.
Damn.
I mean, let me.
You think the YN they ain't buying Jordans no more?
But the 84%,
like how we was on
that's
it?
7.6 billion.
Like the rush.
84%.
Because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't see.
It's damn like 40.
I see more lines, and this on social media, like, but I see more lines for like Supreme and like certain other drops than I would see for Jordans.
But I just think it's a lot of.
Depending on.
I'm going to tell you what it is, and I know it's early, but, you know, what it is the day and it, we have to think about the consumer of today. See, Jordan still operates, or Nike, they still operate like they're selling to the consumer of yesteryear. Yesteryear meaning us millennials and a little bit of Gen Z, but majority millennials who were sneakerheads back in the late 2000s or in the mid 2000s, early 2010s that were lining up for Jordans. Well, most of us are in our mid, late 30s. We're not buying Jordans like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Our focus has shifted to other things, other shoes. Now, don't get me wrong, like me, you know what I'm saying? I got my taxis. Right here. This is my favorite sneaker, my favorite Jordan. And yes, I went out to cop these, you know what I'm saying? But I'm no longer 21, 19. Like, if you would have caught me outside back then, I was buying Jordans like every 2 weeks. Every time I got paid, I was buying a pair of Jordans. But again, this was back when I didn't have a kid. I was living with my grandparents. I was in college, and I had no bills. So that's where a lot of my paycheck money went, making $9.25 an hour back in 2009 at 19. You know what I'm saying? So priorities have changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one, I'm sure.
On the Jordan.
It's a lot. I think in this last few years, we've seen a lot of sneakers pop out, like Asics went crazy, all the kids, the Saucony start going. It was like a different variety of sneakers. New Balance went crazy, so all the young kids started adapting to these new type of sneakers. So I think naturally that could take up a lot of space. I mean,
and it could be could be the resale world too. Like, you don't gotta get up 6 in the morning no more to get and wait in line. You know you can still get them. Like, I feel like our time, them shits was selling out.
But also,
no, not only that. Well, it ain't even really the resale, because the resale market is clipped right now. And the reason for that is because Nike and Jordan basically oversaturated the market. See, this is what they did. Nike and Jordan, what they were noticing was that kids was willing to spend $300 plus for a particular pair of sneakers that they like, right? So it's like, how can we get rid of the middleman, that being the reseller? Oh, well, let's just charge more money for these sneakers. Jordans now, specific Jordans like the Cements or the Cement 4s or these Taxi 12s, they're selling for about $220 before taxes. So when you add tax on top of that, now we're pushing like $250, $230, $240 for a pair of sneakers. So in order for a reseller to even, just to break even, they got to damn near add an extra 100 just to make profit. They got to add like an extra 100 on that. People ain't willing to spend that much money on Jordans anymore. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, like they said, there's other options. Now, like I said, I'm team Nike. I'm always be Nike till I die. But yeah, there's other varieties out here. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to spend that kind of money anymore. And then you got to think about the comfortability. You know, we talking about sneakers that were designed in the 90s. Jordans ain't really that comfortable. Now 12s are because they have the Zoom Air technology. That's when that came into play. But like them earlier renditions, like Jordan 4s, you try walking a couple of New York City blocks in a pair of Air Jordan 4s, and you tell me how your feet feel after doing that.
The economy's down.
gone, like-
Economy is down also, so we got to take that into consideration. Everything is mad expensive right now. A lot of people not getting no money. This shit is crazy outside. So I don't think Jordans are the most important thing on a lot of people's minds
Exactly.
right now, as they was.
He on the money
in the
with that.
past, and think it was more money.
But is that a sign that Jordans might be not as important as they used to be?
I wouldn't say so. We probably
I
look
don't
at
think
all of these designers and sneakers and brands. They probably all down a little bit from the way the economy is going. This shit is hard out there right now.
Right.
It's also different generations involved. So, you know, Jordans in our generation was a must-have shoe.
And he was
in
playing.
Younger generations, it's trickling down. So, you know what I'm saying, we might even pass it to our kids. And, you know, we kind of put the Jordans on them in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because we know those are the sneakers to have. But they didn't grow up with the same Michael Jordan story that we did. They didn't get to watch him play in the same, you know what I'm saying? It's really just a sneaker. We had both elements to it. We had the sneaker, we had them dropping. We was growing up when they were actually dropping the first time. We might have had the same Jordans 4 or 5 times already now. So they haven't had that. So they could look at a shoe, to them, if it ain't appealing and they looking at another sneaker on the side, they might.
Yeah, it's not as sentimental to them as it is with, say, us. And granted, I didn't really watch Jordan play like that because I was born in '89. Jordan came in the game in '84, so he had already been playing 5 years before I even was a thought or before I got here. So by the time I became conscious enough of what was going on around me, Jordan was damn near on his way out. You know what I'm saying? He was leaving the Bulls. Well, he was retiring for the second time with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? I do remember that day where me and my mom was watching the 1998 NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? I did watch that at, how old was I? I was 8 at the time, going on 9. So that I do remember. But I was wearing Jordans when he was playing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Might go for that because they didn't live the story to really appreciate them in the same way.
So since you're talking about the elements and us being able to see Jordan play, and so what's baby bro name? Mike Rich Paul. I'm about to call him Chris Paul. Rich Paul, that's a Braun man, right? He was talking about Jordan's influences for the cool of the hustlers, more about the cool of the hustlers than it was about him playing basketball. And Spiz just said that we got to watch him play basketball. So what made you wear the Jordan? Was it actually Michael Jordan on the court, or was it the hustler on the street?
It definitely was Michael Jordan on the court. There was a lot of marketing that went into that. You know, his commercials with Spike Lee and all of the, like, you also seen him win. You seen him be a great player in the shoe. They marketed it as that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the streets, and, you know, if you've seen a drug dealer wearing them, that adds to the cool of them in your environment.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Michael Jordan played a very big part in his shoes being popular like that.
I would say that
Commercials.
I would say the hustlers put that edge on it, like that style on it, that you was like, oh, now I gotta have them. But Michael Jordan definitely had people wanting Jordans and go outside on the basketball court and try the illest Jordan moves. I can't say.
Yeah, I would say for me early on as a child, it wasn't so much because Michael Jordan or because of the drug deals, because I had no knowledge of that. It was more so because that's what my mom's and my grandmother and, you know, even my father, like, these were the shoes that they were buying for me. You know what I'm saying? So from my standpoint, it's because, you know, that's what my parents wanted me to wear. You feel me? But I really wasn't I didn't really pay attention to the whole sneaker thing. I was just wearing whatever they brought me. You know what I mean?
Say that. And I wasn't the biggest Jordan fan, but I still had to get the Jordans and try to do a couple Jordan moves and things like that. So I would say basketball made me rock the Jordans more than the Hustlers did. But the Hustlers made me rock a lot of sneakers, though. I can't say that. I won't
Yeah,
deny
the
them for that,
Hustlers
you know what I mean?
did, but why? Because Jordan was such a prominent force,
He's an icon.
right? That, I mean,
They wouldn't have been wearing them sneakers if he
there
wouldn't
you
have
go.
been Mike on the court.
If he wasn't who he was, they wouldn't even got to those.
And they were wearing other basketball players' shoes, but they're still aren't in the same light as what Jordans were. It was every
And it was
basketball
fire
player in the
basketball
90s
shoes out, yeah.
had sneakers.
Had
You know what
fire.
I'm saying?
Some
And had
shit.
fire sneakers, but Jordans was always
At the top of the, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Jordan was like the Maybach of sneakers. And Charles Barkley, Penny, Matumbo, like all those different sneakers back then, they were like a Mercedes-Benz or BMW, if you will. You know what I mean? Or you know what? We'll say Michael Jordan's sneakers were like the Ferrari. And then came everybody else, the Benz, the Beamers, things like that. He was like a Ferrari. So if you had a pair of Jordans, you were set. Even in that picture y'all saw me post earlier with me and my cousin sitting on the ground, those weren't like a signature sneaker. But even back then, if you was wearing a pair of Team Jordans, because contrary to what's going on now, Team Jordans were the shit back in the late 90s when they first introduced them. Like you was still cool with a pair of Team Jordans. It's only now that niggas is just like, no, if it ain't the ones he wore, I'm not wearing them. Like, okay, that's you. But yeah.
Like niggas couldn't wait for those to drop on Easter.
But
the
was
black
that-
pair
and-
dropped on Easter.
So was that
He dropped the
because he
same
was
sneaker,
who he
different
was?
color.
because he was the top. He was the top
Killer.
top dog. He the top dog. His sneakers is the top dog.
He dropped
He
the
winning the
Aqua Blue
championships. He doing
five.
three-peats.
that-
Was nobody on his level in that
So
department.
it made it cool.
You know, Mike had some other shit going on with sneakers. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Then them commercials, you gotta think about how fire, like Spencer was saying, the market and the way
if I
they
could be like I wanna be, I wanna
Wheaties,
be
yeah,
like
cereal. He was
Mike.
on the cereal box, or like
Everything.
even if you ain't eat Wheaties, you seen Mike on the cereal
Space
box.
Jams.
Like,
I'm telling you, he made a nigga want to go outside and think he was gonna go to the NBA
Wanna be
watching
like
Space
Mike.
Jam. Like nigga, I wanna be
like Mike.
Sneakers, his shoes have names. They are the Space Jam 11s.
Right,
They are the
right.
Bread 4s. There's not a lot of,
Yeah, the
even when you
game.
think of other basketball players' shoes, you just call them the Barclays. They call
Yeah,
those
nah.
the,
it ain't
the
different.
pennies.
Right.
Those like
Nah,
those
you was-
shoes got their own
You was
culture.
really
to
that
them.
nigga. You had them Jordans on back in the years they was dropping. Nah, you was really him. If you
And
had
he's the only, his shoe is the only shoe. Ewing's kind of last a long time too, but not like Jordan's. Like you got to think, my
you
son
always had a clean
Yeah, he had a
8
run.
months.
huh?
You had a clean 8 months. The
No,
blue and
Ewing's-
white pair was
Ewing's-
cool.
Ewing's wild lasted for a minute, but listen,
8 months. You
Ewing's
Brooklyn niggas
lasted
is wearing them
more than
shits for
that,
9
bro.
years. What's up with you, bro?
No, they even came out with the new Ewing's.
You talking
like,
about the Adidas Ewins or the one when he went solo?
the Adidas Ewing's was the first one, but when he went solo,
Yeah,
those
them
lasted.
lasts about 8-9 months.
I never had a pair, but those lasted. They didn't last.
The Ewings.
Not
The
super long,
Ewing
but
Athletics?
they pause.
I'm telling you, they ain't last. It lasted about 8-9 months. I'm a sneaker
they had a
fiend
run.
from back in the day,
Ewing's
bro.
lasted.
I
in
wouldn't
Brooklyn,
compare it
maybe.
to Jordans though.
First of all, I only had the Adidas Ewing's with the net right here,
Those the only ones they let in jail.
right? And then he went and did his own thing. Them shits was everywhere. Everywhere.
I had a pair of Ewins my father brought me. They were pretty cool. I don't really remember them because I had a lot of sneakers growing up, but yeah, I had a pair of Ewins.
What happened?
Nothing.
No, what happened?
Nothing.
What you say?
Nothing.
We good?
Yeah, we perfectly
Nah,
good.
I'm trying to understand. We good.
You my main
But
man.
what I was trying to say is this: Jordan
You trying to say
transcended time.
Nah, he did.
His son, like my son, 23 years old. He wasn't even born when Jordans came out. When those
So people still buying babies Jordans
There
right
you
now
go.
in 2026.
Fours.
And we talking about
wasn't out for no
89, 90
There you
and all
go.
this type of shit.
Right.
He had the illest run of all time, and I don't think it'll never be duplicated.
No one's even close. There's stories behind, you know, a couple of the flu games and there's nobody that
happened
has
with
that
that
much
History behind his sneakers. He had the one with the toe cut, with the toe cut out.
Stories. There's
smoked
shattered
them with the toe
backboards.
out.
There's literally stories
stories behind them
to
shits.
majority of his shoes, and that you could really document and look up. So,
Laney's, high school, he got it's too much for Mike.
He ill. Shouts to Mike,
I
man.
definitely think his story and what he was as a player, and just kind of like as a iconic figure in black culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not even just basketball. You know, like Michael, you said he was in movies. He's on cereal boxes. He was that.
I guess this is a good way to put to end off Black History Month, giving Nike and Jordan their flowers as far as what their sneakers, I should say, did for footwear and shoe culture, sneaker culture, what they did. That'll never be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as the sales being down and stuff like that, I mean, what Mike Rich say, hype moves in mysterious ways. You feel me? The Taxi 12s, they was readily available everywhere. I was able to double up on these. Like I said, this is my favorite sneaker, so I was going to do that. But if this was just like maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, these sneakers wouldn't have sat. They would have sold out on sneakers. You know what I'm saying? The shattered backboards, those were sitting. You know what I mean? Now, the Air Max 95s, the neons, the ones that everybody has, coveted. Everybody's favorite neon or Air Max 95, those come out on March 5th, excuse me. I would be shocked if those are sitting, because the way Nike acts about those, like they treat those like a unicorn sneaker, like a lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'll be highly shocked if those are sitting.
That guy, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna let it
Michael
play now.
Jackson in the video? Or Michael,
What?
He did something with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Jackson had him in the video.
Spike Lee.
Mike had him in the,
Right.
different.
The new generation thinks relevance dictates how much money you have. Is being rich enough to make you relevant?
I mean, for the internet audience, you know what I'm saying? For people who look at relevance as currency, you know what I'm saying? So, online is relevance, I guess, is if people that know you and talking about you.
Social
I like that
Right.
suitcase
That don't mean
that
you,
Fab
yeah,
got.
that don't mean you.
Relevance
That
is-
summer
is
shootout
one
joint is
thing
dope.
and having money is another.
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
y'all
know.
can't even
rich
see
people
it.
that ain't
That's
relevant.
blurred
You
together,
could
man.
you could turn relevance into money, but you can't consider relevance.
joint right there
being
is dope.
money. What, you gonna get in the club for free? Shit like that? Like what?
It's saying that if you have money, then you're relevant.
I
Nah.
wouldn't say so.
But that's what that's saying, right?
I don't think so.
I mean, maybe reading it wrong. Let's read it again.
Money don't make
Relevance and rich is two different
Yeah.
things.
100%.
Like, that's why I
If
say I
you-
don't even understand where
you. If you
where it blurs.
if you a
People-
fuckhead when you poor, you gonna be a fuckhead when you rich.
Right.
If you a lame when you poor, you gonna be a lame when you rich.
That don't change.
Money don't unlame you or unfuckhead you. You understand? It's
Right.
the
Money
same
can give
nigga.
you the spotlight, but
That's
it
it.
don't.
You still
It might
gonna
not
be who
make
you
you
is.
relevant, but it'll definitely give you the spotlight. People like money.
There's a lot of people that's rich that don't want to be relevant.
That's true.
That's
That's
just
different.
And it's a lot of
Yeah.
people
You know
who
what I mean?
relevant who not rich.
Right, there you go.
That's
That's
why I said
pop,
this is
right,
both-
right.
It's two different lanes. I mean, if you want to be relevant, I'm sure a lot of people chasing relevance, and a lot of people chasing money. So it's whatever you
what you
want.
into.
Yeah, whatever you want. But I don't think either one dictates either one.
It don't. It really don't. It really don't. Absolutely not.
Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is
Damn it, pause. All right, that's the end of the video. But yeah, that was quite interesting to get their take on the whole sneaker culture and whatnot. I definitely would agree. There's no doubting that Michael was phenomenal on the court and even off the court. He transcended basketball and he was able to just reshape the whole sneaker culture, footwear. Prior to him getting on the basketball court, yeah, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Dr. J, you know, they had sneaker deals with Converse. Walt Frazier had a deal with Puma and stuff like that. But Michael just took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? And so the sales being down is just, you know, what's going on with the economy. You know, people's priorities are just not into shoes. And then the fact that Jordans cost like $220 off the hip in men's sizes, it's crazy. Shoot, kid sizes is over $100 now. You know what I'm saying? Little kids. Like my son, he wears a 1 in preschool. So preschool sizes. They want over $100 for those. So people my age and older, and maybe even some younger, their priorities have changed. You know what I'm saying? We got other things to concern ourselves with other than Jordans. Now, when the economy cools down and there's extra money laying around, I guess, then people will probably be outside back buying Jordans like that. Like I said, it's a hit or miss for me. Like, it really just depends on what it is. Like I said, the taxis, yeah, that's my favorite sneaker. I was going after those. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of this other stuff, I could care less for. You know what I'm saying? I know the Chicago 13s drop this month. I'll probably get them for my son because his birthday's coming. I'll get them for him. You know what I'm saying? But for myself, I had those already, and I sold them. So I'm not really itching to get them again. You feel me? So anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Y'all let me know. I'm rambling now. But y'all let me know. Were y'all wearing Jordans back when they was debuting in the 90s and the 80s? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all got any kids y'all be buying Jordans for? Y'all let me know down below in the comments what y'all think. I'll be sure to link this video in the description in case y'all want to go check out their videos, go support them. If you made it to this part of the video, like I always say, I appreciate y'all. It means a lot that y'all be watching my videos. Make sure you like, sub to the channel. Until the next video, it's your boy Robbie. I'm out.